the vision I have isn't out there, so it's really hard to kind of put it together when it's in my head, but when I have to execute it, it's a bit like more difficult to put it together. And the only thing that's just making this hard is just time and maybe access to certain materials, or a lot of these things I'm doing, and I think I'm the only one who's done certain things. So if I try to execute a creative idea that I have, it's not like there's a tutorial online. If you'd like to get to know me a little bit more and just like, I guess, the phase that I'm going through right now in life, and kind of like my creative mindset and just what goes on in my brain, keep watching. Today's video, I just wanted to ramble on a little bit about the phase of life that I'm in right now. So currently I am a full-time artist and I work from home. I'm kind of in that phase of like, I don't want to say like freaking out, but just like feeling like I made like a really big mistake. So as an artist, I feel that I don't really have it all figured out, but I'm definitely just faking it till I make it and just throwing myself in and just forcing myself to figure it out along the way. I'm still trying to learn to let go of expectations. Crazy enough, I still feel delusional enough that I could still do this. But it's definitely scary, and having to kind of let go of expectation is the hardest thing, because I feel like that's what I use to help myself feel better, that I can still keep going with this. And yeah. But yeah, it's just hard to keep facing your fears when you feel like you're just going the wrong way and you're just getting nothing but signs that are trying to tell you you're going the wrong way. But it's like, I don't care anymore. This is all I want to do. I don't have a lick of like energy to give to anyone else or to give to any company, unless it's a company that's actually willing to compensate me for my time. And it's just really hard being 20 years old because I'm still figuring everything out, and at this point I just feel very lost. And I know I'm not supposed to have it all figured out, but it would be nice to have some kind of solid plan, some kind of solid confirmation that everything's gonna be okay.
The reason I felt like a failure was because I had a whole calendar organized for projects that ended up not working out, along with backup plans, and those not working out either. And of course I was documenting the whole process, assuming, I'd be able to post it and create a marketing strategy, and because of all the unfinished projects, I didn't have anything to post or document, which just led to a whole month of just no content. I feel that this whole situation so far since quitting has been me slowly tweaking and changing things when I assumed I would have completed so much by now. And the last thing I assumed I would be doing during this stage would be questioning things I had already decided on within my business months ago, and I felt it was really putting the pressure on what I wanted to provide and do. And I even started questioning if I really see value in myself. Is the vision even worth pursuing? Do I just really trust in myself? And so there was just a lot of things that I felt like were already set in stone that kind of were things that were now up in the air. It was hard to keep going after a lot of sleepless nights that ended up leading to nothing. Of course, I'm still very optimistic, and very motivated to keep going. I also know that quitting was the easy step, which at the time it felt like it was the hardest part. But the genuine hard part is changing your habits, beliefs, and rewiring your mindset to be okay with the unknown. To be able to handle and welcome true change that is aligned with your desired future, because if I make a good decision, but then out of fear, accept the second best thing that I think is good for me to make me feel safe again, it's really just me self-sabotaging myself from receiving better opportunities that were more aligned with what I truly wanted out of life. I know that well-intentioned people would have given up by now, but from my perspective, those people will wait for someone else to tell them when the time is right. And that time may never come, because sometimes people rely on you not knowing your worth because they profit off of it. And I knew I would fail. I knew that this was a part of the process. I just didn't expect it to spiral so much out of control that I felt like I was starting all over again after all of the research that I've done. And I think I was being extremely hard on myself because there's a lot of projects and pieces that I just didn't think were ready enough to really promote or list on my website because I felt they didn't look professional enough. And I'm really trying not to come off as an Etsy artist who charges a 90% profit margin just because something is handmade. And coming across other artists that promote, in my opinion, mediocre artwork as if Jesus himself painted it. And it's just that I'm an extremely self-aware person, and so I always see flaws within my art, and when I see things like that, I worry that this is how I come off to others and that I'm almost like an overhyped artist that was never criticized or critiqued, and I was just over-complimented, which just gave me this confidence to just open a business and be an artist and go out and do it, and it just worries me. And of course there's nothing wrong with being an Etsy artist or not being the best artist just yet. It's just out of fear for how long I've been doing this, and I felt like I was grouped in with these people who get mocked as being a starving artist or being the mediocre artist or the overhyped artist. And it's just that I was dealing with this imposter syndrome, worrying that my art would always visibly give off mediocre handmade items. It's just like, I guess I'm just fearing that my art, after all the work and brainstorming and being creative, that at the end of the day it just looks like glitter macaroni artwork. I really don't want that to be the case. But that basically wraps up everything and how I'm feeling while also dealing with this self-imposter syndrome and everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will have more exciting, inspiring news to share. But also, I really hope this video helps anyone who also feels the same way that I do, where you're putting a lot of work into something and you're very worried that your vision isn't really gonna be conveyed through all that hard work you just did. If you're interested in seeing the final pieces that I was working on in this video, I will have them linked in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!